You've never seen the Netherlands like this. Today, I'm taking you into underwater roundabouts, robot-run libraries, AI bird feeders, and floating districts built for the future. These facts are shocking, totally untold, and absolutely real. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's begin. Amsterdam's sunken bicycles problem. Amsterdam's canals hide an unusual secret. Thousands of bicycles end up underwater every single year, turning the canal beds into accidental bike graveyards. The reason is a mix of tight streets, crowded bridges, and simple bad luck, as bikes topple over or slip from riders' hands. To deal with this, the city operates special bike fishing boats equipped with giant mechanical claws that lift these bicycles from the canal floor. The collected metal is then recycled, giving the sunken bikes a second life. This cleanup is not just aesthetic, it protects the canal ecosystem and keeps waterways navigable. Amsterdam's efficiency in managing this bizarre problem has become a global urban planning case study, proving that even chaotic situations can be turned into sustainable solutions. The giant underground bicycle garages of the Netherlands. Across major Dutch cities, enormous multi-level underground bicycle garages operate with the precision of airports. These structures are engineered to handle tens of thousands of bikes daily, reflecting a culture where cycling is treated as serious public transport, not a hobby. The largest facilities use digital guidance systems that show free parking spots, automated locking rails, and wide ramps designed for rush hour traffic. Cities like Utrecht and Amsterdam built these garages directly beneath train stations, allowing commuters to move seamlessly from bike to rail without ever touching street level. Their construction required advanced waterproofing because most of them sit below the water table. These futuristic garages symbolize Dutch urban planning at its finest: dense, efficient, sustainable, and completely centered around the idea that the bicycle deserves world-class infrastructure. The high-tech LED greenhouse revolution. The Netherlands operates some of the most advanced greenhouses in the world, transforming agriculture into a year-round, high-tech industry. These massive glass structures use specially calibrated LED lighting that stimulates plant growth with precise wavelengths, allowing vegetables and herbs to thrive even during the darkest winter months. Farmers monitor temperature, humidity, and nutrient levels through computer systems that adjust conditions automatically within seconds. This controlled environment enables Dutch growers to produce huge quantities of food on remarkably small land areas, making the country one of the leading agricultural exporters despite its size. Drones and robotic arms are increasingly common inside these facilities, taking over tasks such as pollination and harvesting. The Dutch greenhouse model has become a global blueprint for sustainable, intensive farming that maximizes output while minimizing environmental impact. Rotterdam's megaport and its city-sized logistics network. For decades, Rotterdam operated as the busiest port on Earth, and even today, it remains one of the largest and most technologically advanced maritime hubs in the world. Its scale is so vast that the port functions like a self-contained city, complete with its own rail networks, highways, fire brigades, and energy systems. Automated cranes and driverless container carriers move goods with incredible precision, reducing human error and speeding up global trade. Ships from every continent dock here to unload raw materials, electronics, and consumer goods before they are redistributed across Europe. Massive storage facilities, chemical plants, and distribution centers stretch for miles along the waterfront. Rotterdam's port is not just a transit point, but a strategic economic engine, shaping international logistics and influencing countless supply chains worldwide. The Dutch villages where cars are replaced by boats. In the Netherlands, a few unique villages operate almost entirely without cars, relying instead on narrow canals where residents travel by small boats. The most famous example is Giethoorn, often called the Dutch Venice, where wooden bridges, quiet waterways, and lush gardens replace roads and traffic noise. Deliveries, garbage collection, and even moving furniture are all handled by boat, creating a peaceful environment that feels centuries away from modern city life. The absence of engines and congestion not only preserves the village's charm, but also reduces pollution and protects local wildlife. Tourists often assume it is artificially designed, yet the village has operated this way for generations. These car-free canal communities show how the Dutch adapt seamlessly to water-dominated landscapes, turning limitations into elegant and functional living spaces. The hidden underground temperature monitoring systems beneath Dutch cities. Beneath several Dutch cities lies a vast network of sensors that continuously track underground temperature changes. These systems were installed to understand how dense urban environments affect the ground beneath them, especially in places built on soft, water-rich soil. The sensors detect fluctuations caused by heating systems, underground railways, seasonal shifts, and even the thermal impact of thousands of people moving overhead. Engineers use the collected data to improve building foundations, prevent soil instability, and manage groundwater levels more accurately. In a low-lying country where land subsidence is a constant concern, this information is invaluable. The network functions silently, with most citizens unaware of its existence, yet it plays a crucial role in maintaining safe infrastructure and supporting long-term urban planning across the Netherlands. The vast underground cave system beneath Maastricht. Beneath the city of Maastricht lies an enormous labyrinth of man-made caves carved from limestone, stretching for hundreds of miles beneath the landscape. These passages were originally quarry tunnels dug over many centuries to extract limestone blocks used in local architecture. Over time, artists, soldiers, and refugees left behind carvings, murals, and historical markings on the soft cave walls, turning the underground network into a living museum. During wartime, the caves served as shelters and even housed secret storage rooms for precious artworks. Today, guided tours explore only a tiny fraction of the system because large portions remain unstable or unmapped. The scale and complexity of the Maastricht caves are unlike anything else in Western Europe, offering a glimpse into centuries of resource extraction, conflict, and hidden cultural expression. The multi-time zone structure of the Dutch Kingdom. The Kingdom of the Netherlands stretches far beyond Europe because it includes several Caribbean territories such as Aruba, Curaçao, and Sint Maarten. As a result, the kingdom officially operates across multiple time zones, despite the European mainland being a compact and highly organized country. These Caribbean islands are self-governing within the kingdom, yet they share defense, foreign affairs, and citizenship with the Netherlands. This arrangement creates a unique geopolitical structure where tropical beaches, coral reefs, and European governance coexist under the same national umbrella. The time difference also means that Dutch government operations must coordinate across thousands of miles of ocean. Few people realize that the Dutch flag flies over lands with palm trees, year-round sunshine, and a completely different cultural atmosphere, making the kingdom far more diverse than it appears on maps. The world's first modern tricolor flag originated in the Netherlands. The Dutch flag holds a special place in world history because it is widely considered the first modern tricolor, predating many of the iconic national flags we know today. Its horizontal red, white, and blue design evolved from earlier orange, white, blue banners used during the Dutch Revolt, a period when the Netherlands fought for independence. Over time, the orange stripe was replaced with red, partly because it remained more visible at sea under harsh weather conditions. This practical change accidentally created a design so clean and symbolic that it inspired future nations like France, Russia, and many others when they crafted their own flags. Although simple at first glance, the Dutch tricolor represents centuries of maritime heritage, state building, and the rise of modern nationhood, making it a quietly influential global symbol. The Netherlands' massive sand sculpture festivals. Every year, Dutch coastal towns host large-scale sand sculpture festivals that attract artists from around the world. These events transform ordinary beaches into temporary outdoor museums filled with towering, hyper-detailed creations that can reach impressive heights. Sculptors use special compacted sand that holds shape better than normal beach sand, allowing them to carve intricate textures, faces, and architectural forms. Themes often range from mythology and history to futuristic cityscapes, giving each festival a unique character. Visitors walk among the sculptures like they're exploring a fantasy world made entirely of sand, yet everything eventually returns to nature once the event ends. The festivals showcase not only artistic skill, but also the Netherlands' strong connection to its coastline, celebrating creativity in a setting shaped constantly by wind, tides, and maritime culture. The Dutch invention of noise-reducing asphalt. The Netherlands developed one of the world's most effective noise-reducing asphalt types designed to make highways significantly quieter. This special surface uses a porous structure that absorbs much of the tire noise generated at higher speeds, instead of reflecting it back toward nearby homes. Engineers also designed it to drain rainwater faster, reducing splash and improving visibility during storms. As a result, Dutch roads often feel calmer and safer, even in densely populated regions where traffic never fully stops. Many countries eventually adopted this innovation, recognizing its value in improving quality of life near major highways. The asphalt requires more careful maintenance, but the Dutch long ago proved that a quieter, cleaner road environment is worth the extra effort. It remains a powerful example of how infrastructure can solve everyday problems with smart design. The robot-powered libraries of the Netherlands. Several Dutch libraries use sophisticated robotic systems to organize, sort, and store books with remarkable precision. Inside these facilities, robotic arms retrieve requested titles from deep storage areas, allowing libraries to keep vast collections without needing endless shelves. When a visitor places a request, the system scans barcodes, locates the book, and delivers it to a pickup point, often faster than a human librarian could walk across the building. This automation frees staff to focus on community programs, education, and cultural events rather than repetitive manual tasks. The technology also reduces wear on rare books because they are handled less frequently and stored in stable, controlled environments. These robot-assisted libraries demonstrate how the Netherlands blends tradition with innovation, protecting literary heritage while embracing cutting-edge efficiency. The intelligent night lighting systems of Dutch cities. Many Dutch municipalities use advanced, energy-optimized public lighting that automatically adjusts brightness based on real-time activity. These streetlights brighten when pedestrians or cyclists would pass by, then dim again when the area becomes quiet. Motion sensors, smart grids, and central controllers work together to reduce energy consumption without compromising safety. This approach not only cuts electricity usage, but also helps combat light pollution, keeping the night sky clearer for both wildlife and stargazers. In some regions, the lights can even change color temperature to create a calmer atmosphere during late hours. The system reflects the Dutch philosophy of blending practicality with sustainability, proving that even something as simple as a street lamp can be reimagined through thoughtful engineering. The Veluwemeer Aqueduct, where boats literally sail over cars. In the Netherlands, one of the most visually striking engineering structures is the Veluwemeer Aqueduct, a shallow water bridge where boats glide directly above a busy highway. Instead of building a long tunnel or raising a drawbridge, Dutch engineers created a compact aqueduct that lets car traffic flow underneath while small vessels sail calmly overhead. The entire system is sealed with reinforced concrete walls and advanced waterproofing techniques, ensuring stability even during heavy boat traffic or storms. Drivers passing below barely notice that several feet of water sit above their heads, separated only by engineering precision. This clever design eliminates delays, preserves the natural waterway, and demonstrates the Dutch talent for solving problems by embracing water, not fighting it. It's one of the country's most elegant and underrated infrastructure achievements. The tube mail systems used inside Dutch hospitals. Many Dutch hospitals rely on an advanced pneumatic tube mail network that sends medical samples, documents, and small equipment through the building at high speed. These secure tubes run behind walls and ceilings, forming a hidden transportation grid that operates almost like a miniature subway system. When a nurse places a blood sample or test kit inside a canister, the system propels it, using controlled air pressure to the laboratory within seconds, dramatically reducing waiting times. This automation improves patient care because urgent samples reach specialists faster, and it also minimizes the need for staff to walk long distances. The technology has been refined over the years to maintain temperature stability and protect fragile contents. Quiet, efficient, and nearly invisible, it is one of the unsung innovations keeping Dutch healthcare running smoothly. The AI-controlled bird feeders in Dutch parks. In several Dutch parks, experimental bird feeders equipped with artificial intelligence monitor and identify visiting bird species in real time. Cameras and sensors analyze the bird's size, behavior, and markings, allowing the system to recognize common and rare species with surprising accuracy. When a bird approaches, the feeder dispenses appropriate food while recording valuable ecological data for researchers. These smart devices help track seasonal migration patterns, detect changes in urban biodiversity, and monitor the health of local bird populations without disturbing them. The Netherlands uses this technology as part of a broader effort to integrate wildlife-friendly solutions into city planning. These AI-powered feeders demonstrate how even a simple act like feeding birds can be transformed into a high-tech conservation tool that benefits science, nature, and the public. The Netherlands' Advanced Lightning Detection Network. The Dutch Meteorological Service operates one of Europe's most precise lightning tracking systems, using a network of ground sensors that detect electrical pulses in the atmosphere. These sensors triangulate the exact location, strength, and frequency of each strike within fractions of a second. The data is transmitted instantly to weather centers, allowing forecasters to issue highly accurate storm warnings for aviation, shipping, and outdoor events. This system is especially important in a flat country where storms can travel quickly across open landscapes. Researchers also analyze long-term patterns to understand how climate change influences thunderstorm behavior. The Netherlands treats weather monitoring as critical infrastructure, and its lightning network has become a benchmark for other countries looking to modernize their meteorological systems. It represents the Dutch commitment to precision, safety, and scientific innovation. The fully automated lighthouses of the Dutch coastline. Several lighthouses along the Dutch coast operate without any human presence, running entirely on automated systems that monitor visibility, wind speed, sea state, and ship traffic. These lighthouses use sensors and remote control technology to adjust their light intensity, activate fog signals, and communicate with nearby vessels. Maintenance teams visit only periodically, as the systems are designed to function reliably in harsh maritime conditions with minimal intervention. Solar panels and efficient LEDs have further reduced the need for manual upkeep, turning these structures into sustainable beacons of modern navigation. Despite being automated, many of the lighthouses are heritage sites, blending historical architecture with cutting-edge technology. They stand as reminders of the Netherlands' centuries-long battle with the sea, now supported by 21st-century engineering. The Dutch floating neighborhoods designed for rising sea levels. The Netherlands has begun building entire floating residential districts to prepare for future sea level rise. These modern neighborhoods use buoyant concrete foundations that rise and fall with the water, allowing homes to stay perfectly level even during storms or high tides. They are anchored by flexible utility connections, so electricity, water, and sewage lines move safely with the structures. The floating houses often feature large windows, energy-efficient insulation, and rooftop solar panels, turning them into sustainable micro-communities. Residents enjoy the calm of waterfront living while benefiting from engineering that makes floods far less threatening. These districts represent a bold shift in urban planning. Instead of fighting water endlessly, the Dutch increasingly choose to live with it. The concept has gained global attention as a realistic model for climate-resilient cities. VR-powered historical experiences in Dutch museums. Several museums in the Netherlands have embraced immersive virtual reality technology to bring history to life in a way that traditional exhibits cannot. Visitors can put on VR headsets and step directly into reconstructed scenes from the Dutch Golden Age, medieval marketplaces, naval battles, or even ancient Roman outposts once located on Dutch soil. These experiences are built using detailed archaeological data, historical documents, and high-resolution scans of original artifacts, ensuring accuracy while remaining visually impressive. VR allows guests to walk through long-lost streets, witness major events, and interact with environments that no longer exist. This approach makes museums more engaging for younger audiences and provides scholars with new tools for visualizing past eras. The Netherlands has become a European leader in blending cultural heritage with cutting-edge technology. The Netherlands' ultra-precise bird migration monitoring system. The Netherlands operates one of the world's most accurate bird migration tracking networks, combining radar stations, drones, acoustic sensors, and field observations. These systems follow the movements of millions of birds that pass through Dutch airspace every year, mapping altitude, direction, and flock density with remarkable detail. The data is essential for aviation safety, helping airports adjust flight routes during peak migration periods. Ecologists also use it to monitor species health, detect declines, and study how climate change alters migratory patterns. Some Dutch radar stations are so sensitive they can distinguish between different flock sizes and even identify unusual movement behavior. This comprehensive monitoring approach reflects the country's long-standing respect for wildlife and its commitment to science-driven environmental protection. Thank you for exploring with me. The Netherlands truly deserves its reputation as a country way ahead of its time. Comment which fact blew your mind, hit like and subscribe. More global secrets are waiting.